This is John Sullivan standing in for John Pachkowski of Digital Daily and All Things Digital. I'm here with our co-executive editor, Walt Mossberg, also the personal technology columnist for the Wall Street Journal. And Walt is going to take us on a brief guided tour of MacWorld 2008 Conference and Expo. Ready there, Walt?
I'm ready, John. This is sort of an odd thing. This is a really large trade show, not nearly as large, of course, as the Consumer Electronics Show, but it's quite a large show devoted to the cult of one company and all of the products from other companies that are associated with that company's product. And of course, we're talking about Apple Computer, or Apple. They've dropped the computer from their name. So there's, I don't know, tens of thousands of people here. There's scores of companies that are exhibiting, and we are in the main convention center in the city of San Francisco. And why don't we go down and see what's on the floor?
Sounds good.
Because this is a show built around the cult of Apple, the biggest booth by far is the Apple booth, which is behind me. I doubt we can even begin to get the whole thing in one shot. They have, as at many trade shows, a theater. People are demoing the various new Apple products, not just the new laptop, but other things, additions to the capabilities of the iPhone and the iPod Touch, a new device for backing up all of your data, and just a whole bunch of other Apple stuff, a whole new kind of a revival of the Apple TV product, which hasn't done well. And they have this booth that goes on forever. But I think the interesting thing is, if you can pan over this way for a second, John, you see companies you normally think of as competing with Apple. There's HP, which as a computer maker, of course, competes with Apple, but they make printers that people who own Macs buy, and so they have a
and
booth.
are fully compatible with the Mac.
Yeah,
right?
and so they have a booth here. And actually, we'll walk over there, but there's actually a pretty big Microsoft booth, which is a company that is obviously in some ways one of Apple's main competitors.
Good, let's go.
John, Steve Jobs made a number of product announcements today at MacWorld, but this was the main one. This is the first Apple notebook in many years to be in the really thin and light sub-notebook category. It's called the MacBook Air, A-I-R, and they say it is the thinnest notebook or laptop in the industry. And as you can see, it really is quite thin.
Weighs about 3 pounds, right?
Weighs about 3 pounds. And the way that they were showing off how thin it was they had it tucked into a manila envelope, and it slid right out of it. It has a 13-inch screen, same size screen as the current MacBook, which is significantly thicker and heavier. Same keyboard pretty much as the current MacBook.
Backlit too, right?
It's a backlit keyboard. There are some compromises here, as you would expect in a thin, light notebook. One is it only has an 80 gigabyte hard drive. Some notebooks today have over a 200 gigabyte hard drive. It only can connect to the internet wirelessly out of the box. That is, it has Wi-Fi, it has fast Wi-Fi, but it does not have a jack to put a network cable in, which is quite unusual. It also does not have a CD drive or DVD drive. And they showed a sort of clever workaround for that, where they have some special software that allows you to actually remotely use the DVD drive on even a Windows computer. It even doesn't have to be a Mac, so that you can install software on this thing. Obviously, I don't make judgments about whether I recommend products till I review them, and I have not tested and reviewed this, but I will say it's an extremely attractive computer, and it feels amazingly thin. But I'll reserve judgment on what I think about the whole thing till I can test it.